We all know about cover legendaries and how important they are when we are making the choice of what version we're going to be playing during the next year, but they're not the only legendaries, at least not most of the time. That's because there's always a trio or quartet of Pokemon that also rank as legendary or sub-legendary if we want to go technical, but we only find out about them during the story. Hey, I'm Not So Ace Trainer, and what about those sub-legendaries in Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet? Let's get into it. You probably know what I'm talking about, but just so there are no doubts about what I mean, in Gen 1 we had Articuno, Zapdos and Moltres, the legendary birds. In Gen 2 we had Suicune, Entei and Raikou, the legendary beasts. In Gen 3 we had Regirock, Regice and Registeel, the Regi trio. In Gen 4 we had Mesprit, Azelf and Uxie, the Lake Guardians. In Gen 5 they went a bit crazier than usual with a whole bunch of legendaries, so we got Cobalion, Virizion, Terrakion and Keldeo, the Swords of Justice, and we got Tornadus, Thunderous and Landorus, the Forces of Nature. Gen 6 sadly gave us no such thing, which leads me to believe to this day that the Swords of Justice or Legendary Musketeers might have been intended for Kalos considering the French inspiration. But that was not the end of it, with Gen 7 giving us Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele and Tapu Bulu, the Guardian Deities. Gen 8 was a strange one. It didn't have a sub-legendary trio, though it introduced two new Regis, Regidrago and Regieleki, and gave us a original form bird trio with Galarian Articuno, Galarian Zapdos and Galarian Moltres. Pokemon Legends Arceus followed the trend by adding Inamoras to the Forces of Nature. These Pokemon are usually part of secondary storylines and only in very rare occasions do influence the main story. They are known for roaming or for having some weird puzzle to get to them, but they are a mainstay of the franchise, we cannot deny that. So, looking at what we have of Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet, are there any hints of something like this? Well, there just might be. I've been saying this for a while and I still believe it, especially after the 3 different storylines thing with the 3 rivals attached. But exploration will be a key feature of this game. When you think of exploration, there are a few things that come to mind, like finding something during an adventure, which seems to be implied by the whole find your treasure that director Clavel keeps mentioning, but another one is orientation. How will you find your way in the Paldea region? From a gameplay standpoint, pretty obvious. They even gave us a mini-map to help us with it. We will use the town map just like usual. But as I looked at the artwork for the map over and over again, I found 4 points that could easily act as visual cues to watch for in the distance. These 4 lighthouses with different colors. When I first saw them, I thought, could the Elite Four be different in this game when you have to go to each lighthouse to battle them? But that would just not work very well in terms of a challenge, at least in my opinion. So in a game about exploration that doesn't really need anything visually due to landscape cues and the minimap, I think that the best way to go about it would be to have a legendary quartet that is inspired by the compass rose and the cardinal directions. You have 4 lighthouses, north, south, west and east, all of them with different colors. North is a green lighthouse, south is a red lighthouse, east is a blue lighthouse, and west is a, I'd say, orangish brownish lighthouse. If you think about them as Pokemon types, you could go north is a grass type legendary, south is a fire type legendary, east is a water type legendary, and west is a ground type legendary. Considering that traditionally lighthouses are used to warn those who are approaching the shore, I could easily see us having to climb the lighthouse in order to activate it and call for the legendary, because it is not in the Paldea region but somewhere out in the ocean. As for their design, I don't really know. I thought about something related to clouds, but we already have the Forces of Nature, so looking at the various mythologies we can have, the 4 Sons of Horus are a good fit with a more human-like design for south, a jackal-like one for east, a baboon for north, and a falcon for west, but there are many more things representing the 4 cardinal directions, like the 4 elements in Celtic mythology or the Pillars of Heaven in Greek mythology, which would kind of fit the lighthouses themselves. Whatever their design is though, my bet is on these 4 lighthouses being related to that group of sub-legendaries we are so used to having. Funnily enough, we call a compass rose Rosa dos Ventos in Portuguese, the same in Spanish, Rosa de los Vientos, or wind rose, so there's a chance that this actually takes from other legendaries we already know, since Suicune is supposedly the embodiment of the North Wind. So maybe a grass-type Suicune could be in the works, and that would be pretty cool. If that's the case though, I don't know what to think for the rest. Maybe they just go the Gen 8 route and give us a regional form for all of them and an extra one like Inamoras for the Forces of Nature. Who knows? Anyway, that's my take on what the 4 lighthouses might have to do with the sub-legendaries. But as always, I want to read your opinions on it and your own theories, so please let me know about them in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitch. I stream there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord. All the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.